what I think is cool is it lends itself to your personal situation and what you want. In this model, and this is the number one of all the reasons why people have been so successful, they keep 100% of what they make. So at the end of the day, they really are making more because they're keeping every single penny that they make.
The following is brought to you by Thryv, the end-to-end client experience platform that helps you get the job, manage the job, and get credit.
Hey, this is Gordon Henry at Winning on Main Street. And this week, we're fortunate to meet Jeffrey Krentzman. Welcome to the show, Jeffrey.
Thanks for having me, Gordon. Excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
So quick intro on Jeffrey. Jeffrey is the owner of the BBQ Cleaner. It's just what it sounds like, a better way to clean barbecue grills. BBQ Cleaners is a leader in the barbecue cleaning industry. The BBQ Cleaner has over 270 cleaner owner operators nationwide and growing. Jeffrey provides them with a business model, ongoing support to ensure they have everything they need and help his owner operators every step of the way. BBQ Cleaner has been rated by FranchiseGator as one of the top proven businesses to start in the US. What should listeners get out of this episode? BBQ Cleaner represents an exciting way to get into business for yourself. Listen and decide, is this the right path for you? Could this be the step you've been looking for to run your own business? So Jeffrey, welcome to the show. Why don't we start off, just tell us a little bit about yourself and your career. How'd you get into the barbecue cleaning business?
Sure. I graduated Boston University in 2002. I worked for about a year for a marketing company, and I realized definitively at that point that I didn't want to work for someone. I wanted to do my own thing. So we found a company out of the United Kingdom called Oven that had been cleaning ovens around the world. Noticed that no one was cleaning ovens here in the United States and decided to try it here. We did that for a couple months, and then a bunch of clients kept asking when we were there, hey, can you clean my grill when you're here? Can you do my grill? And we said, no, we don't do that. Until it got to the point where we said, we might as well find out if there's a way to do it because so many people are asking. We found ways to use the system that we were using to clean grills, ran an ad, and literally within a week, we had a 2 to 3 month wait to get an appointment with us, and it hasn't stopped since.
Great. So as you said in the beginning, it sounds like there's about 270 of these barbecue cleaning businesses that you operate. Do you use the word franchisee or do you prefer owner operator? Is this a franchise, and why or why not?
Well, we use the word operators, and because we're not a traditional franchise. Had we gone down the traditional franchise road, our operators would in turn be sending 7% of their net sales back to us, 2% of their sales for advertising. In this model, and this is the number one of all the reasons why people have been so successful, they keep 100% of what they make. So at the end of the day, they really are making more because they're keeping every single penny that they make.
Yeah, I noticed in your marketing materials, you say you pay one upfront fee for all your equipment, training, marketing materials, and resources. That's it. No monthly fees, no commission, no percentage, creamed off the top to a franchisor. So sounds pretty enticing. Why don't you walk us through the economics? First of all, what is that upfront fee that I would pay if I wanted to become an owner operator?
Yeah, so we, like every real business out there these days, are struggling in a marketplace with pricing, and I'm very happy to say that we haven't adjusted it a lot at all compared to what most businesses are out there. For people that get started, it's about $40,000 to $45,000, and they get started. So if you look at it from a simple ROI perspective, if you're going to charge, let's say, $250 or $300 per grill, and you say, how many grills do I need to clean to break even? It's not surprising when you look at it that way that we've had a lot of locations that break even in 3 months, which, in the startup business world is pretty unheard of.
That is unheard of, yeah. So I'm paying $45,000 up front. You're telling me I'm cleaning grills for somewhere in the neighborhood of $250 per grill. And how many grills does a typical owner operator clean in, let's say, a week?
Well, you know what? They control their schedule. So they're the ones at the end of the day that has the final say on that. Most people will elect to do 3 to 4 a day.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do math on that, probably about 15 to 20 per week. But again, some people go, they put the throttle down a little bit more and go harder than that. Some of them may be older and retired and not looking to do that and kind of don't put the throttle down as much and do less. It's really up to the individual operator how many grills they want to do per week.
Okay. And for the 40 or 45 grand you give them, or they give you up front, what do you give them in terms of materials, training, ongoing support, and marketing too?
Yeah, so the word we use around here is turnkey, and it's what we strive to be. So we give you absolutely everything. So all the equipment that you need to run the business, the Avenue system, like I mentioned earlier, all the marketing materials, exactly how to market it, all the support you could possibly need. We continue with continuous ongoing support. So if you have a question a week into your business, a year into your business, 10 years into your business, we're always here to help you. We're here to help you succeed. And training, our training program is excellent. We actually come out to you for your grand opening and help train you and make sure you're really right on the road out of the gate on the road to success.
Are there multiple location operators, or that doesn't apply here?
No, there definitely are. We have some people that have multiple locations or multiple units, I should say, within the market that they're in. We have some people that have multiple locations within different markets. For example, we have an operator in the Northeast that in the winter months, he goes down and he has 4 different units in Florida and has people down there that run that operation all year. So yeah, the model really, what I think is cool is it lends itself to your personal situation and what you want. There's nothing wrong with being the single operator approach either, but we have plenty of people that go up to the plate and try and hit the grand slam, and certainly do so with the multi-unit road.
Right. Now, I would imagine this is seasonal. I know myself, I do most of my grilling during the warmer months. There's definitely a bunch of months like right now, January, February, where you're not doing too much grilling outside. Is that the case here? So are you doing most of your cleaning in the warmer months as well?
We just set a record here in the Northeast for the longest point in the calendar without measurable snow. We've been busy. I mean, this has been a 12-month-a-year business this year. So, the other thing, as I mentioned earlier, we do a lot of oven cleaning, which is very popular in the winter months. So we do stay busy year-round. We just kind of adjust the offering a little bit in the winter months when it gets cold.
Yeah, makes sense. Do you have competitors in the barbecue cleaning space? You do a Google search. I do see some other names that seem to be competing with you.
Not really. A couple of them go down the franchise road, which again, right off the top, is going to require you to take more off your bottom line and pay them. So the model hasn't really worked, especially when compared to us. So, are there other people out there doing it? Yes. But I would be hesitant to use the word competitors. I mean, no one has anywhere near the same level of success as we've had. And it's because the model is really designed for people to be successful.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about the marketing. So if I'm an individual owner operator, am I running ads locally? Am I just depending on word of mouth? Do I send, mailers, postcards, email to people? How do I get the word out?
Well, we have a marketing plan that we give you. So this, again, the word turnkey. Everything, we're going to show you exactly how to market. But beyond that, we're going to show you how to market in a cost-effective manner. The other thing that we do, which I think is very helpful, is that training. We sit down with every owner to understand where they want to go, right? So we're going to give you a different marketing objective if you want to do 20 a week. There's no sense in giving a person who's only looking to do 5 or 10 the same amount of ideas or cost because they don't need it. So we give you all the marketing materials. I think it's a mix of different things. I'm not sure that there's one magic elixir here that, you just do this one thing. But I think when you do some of the stuff in conjunction that we give you, that's where we're seeing people have really tremendous success. Right.
So if I'm thinking about this as a career path and maybe I want to be an owner operator and, doing the economics, why is this a better opportunity than another franchise solution, whether that's QSRs, quick serve restaurants, or something else in the services space like paving or siding or something like that?
Well, I think right off the top, it's lack of competition, right? If I were to start a pool cleaning company, a landscaping company, a siding company, as you mentioned, there's probably 50 other people in the market that do it. Most of the times when our locations start out, they're the only ball game in town, and people go crazy for it. So the other thing comparatively to a restaurant, as you mentioned, restaurants really need to get 1,000 customers a day in their eating. Here, you need 3 or 4. That's it. So for you to fill up your schedule and have some pretty good profits, you don't need that many clients.
Right. Do you have anything that's like proprietary about your system where you have a real competitive advantage that like nobody else has? I mean, the materials you use, the cleaning you use. I mean, there's nothing proprietary about it that somebody else couldn't do, right? It's just you put it in a package that's easy for your owner operators.
Well, no, we have the exclusive rights to the Avenue system. We mentioned out of the UK, and I think what's super important about that, a couple things. One, it is a one-man job, right? You don't want to be paying a second-person labor to go out there and do the work. It allows you to be efficient. You get the job done in an hour and a half, 2 hours. You're getting paid by the job, not by the hour, so you've got to get done and get on to the next one. But the other piece of it is the customer satisfaction level is 99% or higher, which is why the repeat business and residual effects here are great. So I think the system, when you put a lot of the things together that it is, it's very hard to replicate and get all three of those components into your success without this system.
Yeah. What makes an owner operator successful? I'm sure in your 270, there are some who are killing it and others who are, just getting by. Like what makes somebody successful in this space?
Well, I think it's really in any space, it's hunger and drive, right? Are you going to go out and pound the pavement, particularly in the beginning? And I think I've talked about this with just on entrepreneurship overall, not even specifically to us. I think the attitude that you go into, the passion, your drive is super important. I think the ones that really go out and take the blueprint that we give them and don't really deviate from the script that much, it's kind of hard to screw it up. I mean, it really is. Your marketplace and your launch, for example, is not really much different than the other 270 people that have done it. So I think if you stick to the blueprint and you're driven and you're passionate, I think you're really gonna like your end game here.
Right. Is there much communication within the system? Do these owner operators talk to each other and help each other out, or how does that work? Sure.
Yeah, there is. As to the extent of how much, I don't know that I would know that answer. As to how much they're calling and texting each other, but I do hear of it a lot. Hey, I had a question. I called this guy, bounced it off him, and he bounced a couple ideas off me. Yeah, I think there's definitely camaraderie amongst the group, and everyone's looking to help everyone out.
Yeah. You mentioned the UK about the system that you brought over with the ovens. Is this at this point is the barbecue business an international business as well, or just US?
The oven system is international. It's in 11 countries and 3 continents. They do focus on grills in some of the other countries. As a matter of fact, they're in Australia, shrimp on the barbeque. But the biggest area of the world that focuses on barbecues and has the success is right here in the United States.
The consumer at home who becomes a customer of the barbecue cleaner, I think you said the price point's around $250 to clean the grill. I mean, I don't remember exactly what I paid for my grill, but that sounds like a decent chunk. Why do people not just clean their own grills?
Well, I think first off, you're looking at who your clientele is, and your clientele is not the person, and I don't know what kind of grill you have, Gordon, of course, but your clientele is not the person who's buying the $200 grill outside Lowe's. Your client is the one that has the built-in outdoor kitchens, which are now popular all over, that cost $10,000. They're also the people that have the Weber Summits of the world, which is an extraordinarily popular grill that costs over $2,000. And for those people, they don't do it themselves because it's a 7-hour job and they don't know how to do it. And for them, the benefits at the end of the day are critical, right? We remove the carcinogens that get in the grill, the old food, which you don't want to be eating off of. Obviously, cleaning the grill is going to also remove the grease that builds up, so reduces the risk of a grease fire. And for a lot of grills, getting it cleaned prevents corrosion. If you don't prevent corrosion and the grill starts rusting, you're on a real quick journey to having to buy a new grill.
Okay, I hadn't realized all that. So what is you're saying the typical outdoor grill, and I've seen them all over the place. Those can run as much as $10,000 to install one of those big outdoor units, the installed unit?
Sure.
And the top of the line Webers these days are $2,000 or more?
They're actually up to 3 now. So, if you think about it and you're spending that amount of money on a Weber or even anything higher, you're not looking to replace that every year. It's got to get cleaned.
Right.
And for these clientele, it's the same thing to answer your question. Why are they not, cutting their lawn themselves? Why are they not shoveling the driveway? They're more than cleaning their pool. They're more than happy to pay a service to do it for them.
Right. Do a better job, do it more professionally. Obviously don't have to take the time of the individual. If you look at it like a maintenance thing and you've just spent $2,000, $3,000 or more $1,000 on your grill, you do this, well, I was going to say once a year, it's pretty good maintenance. Now, that's the next question. Is it once a year or how often do people do it?
Well, it depends on the market. So here where we have the winners, we see people do it about once or twice a year on average. The people in the warmer markets, it's definitely more than a once a year cleaning to stay on top of it. And it also depends on how often the customer's using the grill. I mean, that's the other piece of the puzzle too.
It's funny you mentioned Florida. I happened to be down there recently myself. You have so many of these communities down there of, golf communities and things like that. I'm wondering, do these barbecue cleaning guys ever get like a contract to do an entire community? Is that a thing that you've seen?
Yeah, no, it's a target. Communities, gated communities, where they kind of have these communal grills. What a lot of our operators do is they take some of the things that we give them from a marketing point of view. We show them how to get in the door, exactly what to do, and then they get, these grills every other month. Those are examples of grills that they're getting cleaned 6 times a year.
Yeah, could see that. Interesting. Why do you think some people go into either buying a franchise or buying a system like yours versus starting their own business independently? What are the pros and cons from your standpoint? You must have some people come to you and say, I'm thinking about starting my own business, but maybe I'll go this route and become an owner operator. What's the pros and cons of somebody who's, forking the road? Which way do I go?
Well, I think it's about having it done for you, the guesswork, right? And we've seen people actually throughout the 14 years we've offered this in the marketplace, where they try and do it their own way, and then they come back to us and say, look, I've already spent more money trying to figure this out. Every grill I'm cleaning is a 7-hour job, and I'm not making money, and the results aren't good. So I think the fact that the guesswork and the legwork is done for you in the guessing game, which can be very expensive figuring out, I think the fact that that's done for you is a massive advantage for people.
Well, this has been great, Jeff. What's next for you personally? You're going to continue to just operate the barbecue cleaner and grow the business? What's next for you on a personal journey?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm loving what I do. I mean, the opportunity to set people up with their entrepreneurial dream and help them achieve it is rewarding. It's not something I take for granted. It's also not something I ever get tired of doing. I get thrill of it every individual situation. And then, like I said, we're still extraordinarily active up here cleaning grills. So I kind of like what I'm doing. I'm not really looking to do anything else, and we're going to keep trying to continue the growth.
Yeah, great story. Well, where can people find you and learn more about what you're doing and potentially contact you if they are interested in becoming an owner-operator?
Sure. Our website is really thorough with information. So if you go to www.thebbqcleaner.com, you can go on there. One thing that we offer, and I highly recommend it to people, we have a free 15-minute consultation where it allows you to basically speak with us. We kind of learn about your background, your market, what you're looking to do, your detailed demographic, and we kind of spend that 10 minutes, 15 minutes determining if it's a good fit or not. And if it's something where we both feel mutually it is, we can certainly advance to the next discussion. But there's no harm or cost to find out if it's a good fit for you. So, and you can go right to that website to set that up.
The BBQ-Cleaner.com. Well, Jeff, thanks so much for coming on our show. Great to have you here, and good luck. Sounds like a great system.
Thanks, Gordon, and love the show. I listen to it all the time, and appreciate you having me on.
Well, thank you. And thanks to our producer, Tim Alleman, our coordinators, DeEtte Barnett and Daniel Huddleston. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please tell your colleagues, friends, and family to subscribe, and please leave us a 5-star review. We'd really appreciate it. Helps us in the rankings. Until next time, make it a great week.